my name is Jessica Jett with Trimungus Productions. Here's Mark, my partner.
Hello, how's it going?
We're here with some cast and crew from Slaughter Beach, and we're looking forward to hearing more about the process, things y'all run into, stories y'all want to share, because it's always fun and interesting to get the behind-the-scenes look and hear from the folks who actually put the effort in and what it looked like from their side. So
we're gonna have you introduce yourself. Go ahead, start with you.
Daniel Davis, writer-director.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm Brett Taylor. I am producer and cinematographer.
Jon McKoy. I play Bludgeon Man. Actor.
Awesome. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us and participating in this new series we're trying to get off the ground. So, we're just gonna jump right in. I know we got to talk a good bit off camera, so I'm feeling like we're all warmed up a bit. So
Got the vibe going.
Slaughter Beach, right? When did you film principal production? It came out in 22, or was it also shot in 22? When?
Well, we started shooting it around summer 2018-ish, and then we shot it on and off because, well, it's a summer movie, so you gotta shoot in the summer. We did the hazardous mistake of trying to get a scene done in the winter time. John, why don't you tell us about that?
December.
Yeah.
Wearing summer clothes.
I think, didn't you say all seen that some of that actually made it into the film? What shot was actually made?
Just a couple of B-roll shots during the final fight at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably there's probably a good one you got where I act like I'm scared because I'm shaking, but I'm not scared. I'm actually cold.
Oh my gosh, December. And the final, what beach was that at? The where you did the battle?
It was in, Post Malone, Port Mahon. What was it called?
It was actually in multiple locations. It was
Okay.
Port Mahon, this residential area where his grandparents used to have a beach house at, which is actually the place that we tried to film at wintertime.
Yeah, but only some stuff made it in.
Yeah, only some stuff made it in.
But it was mostly shot at Port Mahon.
Or Port Mahon, which we have a story for you guys with that. Oh my goodness.
So Port Mahon, is that a private beach residence, or is that like a public beach and marina, or what's the?
It's actually a park that you are allowed to film at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
we got kicked out by an old drunk. What?
yeah, exactly like that.
Really chase you off the set, kind of thing, like.
Yeah, he was chasing it. He chased us off, and then we just came back and shot it again.
Was he in a golf cart or something?
No, that was another one.
No, that was the other guy. That when we were at Cape Henlope, yeah, when we were trying to do the fishing scene. Yeah, you guys are doing something you're not proud of. I'm like, what did he catch us with our pants down? Like, look at what?
That's so, folks. When you watch a movie, watch through the credits because you'll miss what they're talking about. Don't want to give it away, but it's a classic exchange of awkwardness where you could tell he just kind of rolled up on your scene and said, "Hey, can I be in here?"
That's another one. That's one of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had several people do that.
But everywhere you shot though, it wasn't like you had a closed set, right? You were in public places, some private places, right? And you just you made the best of the location, right?
Well, luckily, his uncle has a place in Potnetz down in Long Neck, Delaware, right?
Okay.
So we shot a lot of good portions there. So we had an okay from security. They knew we were filming.
Okay,
so
good.
So we were locked and loaded to film there all the time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was late production though. That was towards the end.
Yeah.
And one of the stunts that I do, I'm not going to spoil it for the movie, but that was filmed in there.
Is that when you fall in the water?
Yep.
Well, I'm not sure why or who, but that was that with a drone?
Yeah. Yes.
It's a great shot.
Thank you.
It's with the slow motion and just like this, it's good.
I was shot with a Mavic Air 2.
Okay.
and it has a slow motion feature on it.
Okay.
So.
How many frames did you shoot to get that? Like 120, 60?
I
120.
think it was 120.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looked really smooth. It's not, I won't say spoil it anymore. Gotta watch it.
Yeah. You can just
That was
visit.
filmed in November too. And it wasn't even cold water. I was very shocked. I'm
Okay.
like, this is gonna be freezing, and then I hop in and I'm just like, okay, not bad.
Yeah.
Cool.
Was that one of those shots
do it
where
again.
it was like you felt like it was gonna be a one and done? Like, okay, you're only gonna do this once, or
Actually,
did you have to
we
do a
did it
multiple
3
takes?
times, but the very first shot was the best take.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the very first shot has the most downtime in the take
Mm-hmm.
because it took him forever to get the courage to jump back.
Because again, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like, Brett, are you going? Yeah, I'm going. I'm like, Brett, the drone is above you. You have to go. I'm rolling here. He's like, all right. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
And then I saw the sun shadow pass by, and I'm like, oh, yep, perfect timing. No shadows, fell right in. Easy.
Yeah, it looks great. It's a great shot. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I was really marveling at the drone work throughout the film too. It's like
Thank you.
that's a really nice cinematic. You know, it's like. Did you have any challenges with flying the drone around those beaches?
We've went through 3 drones already.
For that shoot on that production?
Almost.
Really?
But one died not during the shoot, but during
another
work. Yeah.
Mhm. In the air, a battery exploded on my first drone in the air, and it fell down onto concrete. And then the second one,
And yeah, then I bought the Mavic Air 2, which you see a lot of in the film.
and this is the one that we're using for filming.
Yeah, and
We almost ran into the water.
and then we were filming it. We were filming a pickup shot with Jim to throw in there because we were just trying to get some extra B-roll just to kind of spice up the movie a little bit. And it was running out of battery. We were filming in Lewis, and then there's that drawbridge in Lewis, right? That
Mhm.
connects the two areas together. And I'm getting the shot, and then the battery beeper starts going off, and it starts to land into the water. And I'm like, no. And then I'm trying to I'm doing like the old like 90s like Nintendo thing to kind of get it to go this way to the lane.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll take a crash over drowning.
Right.
And we got it to get into one, and then it crashed into one of the trees, and it somewhat survived.
It did, except for like a little crooked camera.
Yeah.
And then I busted it at work during another shoot.
Again, some great drone work in that. And it's some really beautiful
Thanks.
shots. Really kind of tied your scenes together.
Speaking of drone work, there's actually a shot that I'm super proud of, but it only made for a split second in the movie because it was a little too fast. Is during the end credits, it flies over this like sunset beach area where you see what is supposedly rocks, but they're not rocks. It's a whole infestation of horseshoe crabs breeding. And
Where's that? Kitsamuk?
Kitsamuk, yeah. That was
Well, I love the fact that you worked the horseshoe crab into like the major part of the storyline. Like, 'cause I was saying to her, like, my grandparents had a beach house in Bowers. Not a beach you go swimming on.
there too.
But it's a fisherman's beach, and like that was growing up as a kid, like playing with all the dead horseshoe crabs, because they'd be like lining, up, just piles of them. And it's like, and to see that was such a almost a character in movie. In your film, it's like that's a like you really captured the Delaware like beach experience. Like if you were in the Delaware beaches long enough, there's no way you're not gonna come across a pile of horseshoe crabs or
Exactly. That's what we were trying to do with it. Was kind of create that Rehoboth, Delaware beach.
Yeah, you
atmosphere.
totally captured it. It's really excited to know that there's folks like you all doing this kind of work,
Yeah, thanks.
making these films. It's and going after that genre too, because you're an effects person.
oh yeah.
What's her name? Is it Isabel or
Yeah.
like the Trauma Effects Queen? Like it's like her name or company.
Yeah, Trauma Effects. Trauma Effects, and her name's Isabel Azell. Well, soon to be Isabel Ritchie.
Okay.
She just got engaged.
Nice.
So, Yeah, she's a powerhouse.
I mean, you're again. We're trying to spoil the movie, but hopefully it just gets people to watch the murder montage. Choice, right? And it's like it had like that quintessential 80s movie feel, but yet it's a murder. It's a murder movie, and the killer's happy about it. And it's like that's brilliant, like just great. And just the effects. I mean, just the one with the hook on the face.
Oh, that's everyone's favorite.
That reminding me of like Hellraiser 2. Like that's the kind of like the quality and like. Wow, that's like when they're wearing the skin suits, like kind of like that's brilliant. I mean, it's just great, and I love the fact that you as a cameo, you were the first kill, like your girlfriend coming, and then she showed up later, I think in the freezer, right? But yeah, that's the way to do it. Like this is how Delaware should be represented. Like forget George Thorogood. Forget,
Ryan Phillippe.
I like Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, Aubrey Plaza too.
She has that cartoon in Space in Middletown, but it's like to see like a true slasher, like horror film. It's like that's awesome. Like so, let's talk more about like the pre-production aspect of Slaughter Beach. So I know we began off camera talking about the writing process. So how long was like your pre-production period before you actually started rolling cameras? Was it like quick?
It was about a year. Maybe about a year or so, yeah. Because like I said, when we were talking before cameras were rolling, it started out as like a little short, like just a 25-minute short. And the way we came up with the idea was like driving through Route 1 and seeing the sign for Slaughter Beach, and that's what sparked the idea for it. And the way we put the script together was there was actually two ideas. We wanted to do like a superhero spoof, and then there was the other one where it was just there was like where the main characters were two surfers instead, and then so I just merged those two ideas together to make the script for Slaughter Beach.
What was probably one of the biggest challenges you had to overcome with the production of the film?
Probably just getting through the editing.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly.
Really?
Yeah. Because shooting, like with this guy.
Yeah. What was your biggest challenge?
Making all the lines funnier than they were. It was really easy to shoot with him, so shooting was always really fun and usually mostly smooth. We usually got done like at a pretty decent time, ish, like 2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
It was doable. But I mean, it was easy because like the thing that made it easy was like you guys were really comfortable with ad-libbing, and I was like, okay, cool. I can try and do that. And I think for me, just when I get because my drive is a little bit further than you guys. I'm like 2 hours away, so like I would get there, and as soon as I got there, I was surrounded by my friends, and I was like, I'm gonna have fun now, So,
cheers to that.
Cheers to that, man.
I peeled off.
Well, I mean, that's really what it comes down to, right? It's a passion. Like, I mean, you're doing this because it's just the pure joy of it. I mean, it's.
Yeah, we're big fans of horror movies. We're big fans of movies in general. We're just movie dorks that just happen to like.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Pick up some gear and try to make it happen.
Yeah.
I always liked movies growing up, and I never thought I'd be doing anything like that, and then kind of the opportunity kind of fell into my lap, and here I am, and I got lucky enough to be able to work with great people. So,
likewise,
yeah,
I'm just happy.
We got lucky enough to discover and become friends with a great actor.
Mm-hmm. You make me blush.
Oh. I think the beers are kind of warming up on us.
Bring it. Yeah.
So Dan, like, is there a moment in your life when you knew that filmmaking or making videos it's just something you had to do? Was it like a quintessential movie or something that was like, I want to do that. Like I just need to do that, or is it just?
I mean, well, my grandparents owned a video store growing up. And
okay.
I kind of made reference to it in the DVD promo.
Okay.
Because their movie store was called Movies, Etc. So.
Okay.
And just roaming the halls and be able to like rent as many movies as I want as a kid. Like that's what made me really fall in love with movies in general.
Yeah.
But they're the one movie, well, I guess I would say two movies that said like pretty much you could get your friends together and do this was Evil Dead and Clerks.
You hear it. So,
And I think that Slaughter Beach is kind of like a hodgepodge of those two put together.
that's awesome. How about you, Brett? What was there like a? When did you know when you like? Was there again a quintessential movie or show or something that just said, you know, I got to do that. I want to do that.
Well, I'm a huge Evil Dead fan, and when I was a teenager, I watched all like the horror movies, and just grew up with horror movie quintessentials like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, and a bunch others. But what really drew me in is meeting these guys.
Yeah.
And I actually met him in college. I went to Wilmington University to study film and all that, and yeah, meeting him just changed my life and changed my perspective in how to make movies.
Yeah.
Besides that, I've always had a passion for movies and TVs ever since I was a kid, and had a little camera growing up, filming some home movies that don't exist anymore, but watching a lot of horror movies and connecting with him, and that really got me into the horror genre to discover all the greats like Mario Bava, Dario Argento, Lucio Fulci, Wes Craven,
John Carpenter.
I can't believe I almost forgot him.
So let's talk about you've gone through pre-production and then casting. What was obviously you've met John, and John is now like part of the crew.
He's a
and
legend.
That's
what it is.
This guy became one of my best friends.
Yeah. So how was the casting process for you? Was it? Did you find it was easy, difficult? Like
we had a lot of people that were going to play Bludgeon Man, like in mind, but like we never reached out to them because they just didn't feel right. We had like casting calls on Craigslist. We had casting calls on film.org, and everyone that was putting in like a audition, it was just like
We got a few hits.
Yeah,
Really
we
good
got- we
hits.
got hit-
Everybody that
we got hits, but like it was just the magic wasn't there. And then once this guy sent me like his like self tape, I was like, "Yep, that's the dude."
It's funny that self tape. I did that at
And that line didn't even make it in the movie.
I remember. I was like, well, I did that because at my friend Jeremy's old house, Jeremy Moorhead,
Mhm.
and because we had done Easter Sunday, and I was like, so you guys reached out, and me, him, and his wife, they helped me do that in their living room, and that's where we filmed that first thing is in their living room, and just from there on,
Is that Danielle like feeding the line to you?
No, that's Jeremy's wife, Ann.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what her name was.
Yeah,
It was
and,
Anna Danielle.
she was like, "And stay out,"
Yeah.
and like, but they're such really like what I'm saying. It's like they're really great people because you go to their house, and you feel at home, and Jeremy is such a fan and a thing about movies, and with everything, that he was super supportive and getting me to help me with the audition, coming over and just feeding me the lines and filming it and all that stuff. So that's
awesome, Joe.
That's awesome.
So what's next, John? What are you working on? Do you have another film in the works?
I'm working tomorrow with Jim, who plays Fishman Sam. We're doing a short called Mystic Metronome. It's a little more serious, which I'm getting a little more like used to. It's like, with serious, I feel like you can't try to be as funny as much, so you have to kind of like really know your lines. and and it's like with that, it's like, you know, it's serious, so you have to treat it as such, but you still have fun with it. But it's like you have to get the point across, because there is a certain point that it's trying to be made.
Right.
So I just have to. I'm learning as I'm going, and the more stuff I do, the more, you know, I get out of my comfort zone, I feel is better for me, because we're doing Fiddler.
Right.
Farm is God.
The farm is God. And where did that line come from again?
You.
I made that up. I already forgot. And it was like that one was like, I was playing like for Bludgeon Man, it's kind of like me, you know, because I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna have fun, you know. It's kind of what I like to do. It's like me playing me.
Mm-hmm.
And for that, it's like I play like a really like intense, elderly, not too far from my age guy. I mean, I'm not that old, but you know. But it's like doing that. It kind of gives me a it's something I need to use for like I'm trying to think of the word. It's like I'm working with myself and testing myself to see if I can, you know, do these things. And, you know, and I feel like it's a good thing for people to do. It's like it's a necessary part of life where you have to try something new, or you're just going to do the same thing over and over again. You know, maybe it works, but maybe it's, you know, I feel like it's important to just
Step out of your comfort zone.
comfort zone. Yes.
It's good to have range.
Yeah. I mean, my range was basically, you know, try to be funny, and, you know, but
Dude, you're
And now you're an angry drunk.
yeah.
not now.
I meant it with Fiddler.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're working on a short called Filler with him as a star too, and that'll be the next project coming out. And this guy's, wow, I mean, he's pretty intense in it. He plays the villain.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Yeah. So this is a more serious.
I mean, it's semi-serious. It's got that Tales from the Crypt creep show vibe to it. So
Okay.
it's got that dark humor to it,
Okay.
but it's not as like goofy and over the top as Slaughter of the Beach was.
Okay. So let's talk about a good segue about the blood, because again, one of the things that I just love about Slaughter Beach is the murder montage, which I think you said that a lot of folks have said that was like one of their favorite parts of the movie, just because it's, you know, it's like you've captured it all, and I can't remember, this was actually on camera or off camera, we were talking about the person who did the effects, and just they nailed it. Like, it's just, I mean, again, some of the quality of the yes, it's that over the top gore and the blood, but yet still done well. Like, again,
I think what really makes the scene though, and then I was just gonna say, I'm gonna give props to my friend Patrick, who lent us his song from his band Station.
Okay.
I See You Everywhere. Great song.
it works.
And
It really
that-
works. And it's just all just, and then just the way that the way that, you know, that you had Sam playing, you know, like just like whistling and hey hi, you know, just like this like hacking off face. It's just great. But like, so how did you manage that? I mean, knowing again you're shooting a lot of these public and some private places, right? And all this blood and all this like especially like the scene with the hydrant, like it's just like drenched. Like, I'm like, I know they had to clean it up.
We cleaned it up really fast after shooting.
Okay.
That's basically it.
Okay, you're like, all right, go, and just, you know.
Yeah, after the take it was like,
That was a fun night of shooting too.
yeah,
There
very good.
Do you have a
alleyway.
Do you have a sense of like how much like of the fake blood and all that like you use? Is like by gallons? Was it by?
At least 15 gallons. No, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Hydrant, it's the scene with the alleyway, right?
Yeah. What?
The one.
No, he was asking how much.
Just in
much
general, like
money-
through the production, any sense like
The
how
whole
much of the
production.
fake blood? Yeah.
The blood.
Yeah.
There's actually a funny little thing.
We never kept track of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, never did. But if you look really closely in one shot during the beach scene, where one of the characters, you know, gets.
You want to talk about a goof? Don't talk about goofs.
Oh,
Man.
I was gonna say
You'll
it's like,
ruin the illusion.
I don't want to say a goof then. Never mind.
All right.
It's cool though because you get to see like there was a lot of blood used. We used about like 2 little jugs in total.
Yeah.
I'd say, right?
It's
We must have looked pretty crazy at like 1 a.m. on like that
coming off.
that street.
Oh yeah. At Delaware City, how we were in the middle of the alleyway, and you got like drunks coming up to us, being like, "Hey, get off me! You're part of your movie!" And then next door neighbor, old lady, comes out and be like, "Why are you guys filming here? My husband is sick, and you are distracting him from his TV."
So we didn't film on that side of the alleyway. So we went to the other side of the alleyway and we just knocked on the door. It's like, hey, can we film there? Sure.
Yeah.
So that sounds like you had some true run and gun moments. And
Oh, we did, we did.
guerrilla style, like, you know, it's like everyone jumps out of the car, sit in the scene and go, and then, you know, run away before cops come. Or
It was like
something.
that scene in Ed Wood where it's just like, we don't have a permit. Run.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, as you can see, like there was that camaraderie between the whole crew. And that's what I wanted to like show on screen too, was that friendship, you know, just a group of friends just making a movie and kind of like having that kind of like a punk band essence to it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because I feel like, and not to like try and like, you know, downplay other filmmakers in the area, but I feel like that feeling is missing from a lot of indie productions now. It's like
it's over.
like they're almost
Too serious?
they're taking it too seriously and they're focusing too much on the polish and not enough on the soul. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Speaking of the soul, funny because John and Ethan, the 2 main characters, really connected, even though they didn't know each other until after this movie.
Yeah. We first met at that library for the table read, and you know, and if it's funny because we started filming, and the first day of filming for me, I think was it Jim's basement?
Yeah. Because we were rained out, remember?
That's right.
We were supposed to be filming in like somewhere in Delaware City, and I guess that was God telling us like, no, it's going to be in a different location somewhere soon.
That was like one of the first things.
So one of the first scenes in the movie is like literally one of the first days me and Ethan shot a scene together, and it's weird. It just kind of
It all clicked.
Exactly.
Like you guys sat down and you were those characters, and it was like
It was astonishing.
I didn't have to direct you guys much, and like like you guys got it. Like,
you know, because it was just kind of like I walked in because I had worked earlier that day, and I drove, and I was like exhausted because I worked my normal job, which is like early in the morning, and then like I feel like there's like scenes in the movie where you can tell
that you're like your eyes are bloodshot and you're like
Bloodshot,
waiting
I'm
for
like-
like sleep.
So now I'm gonna go watch it again and be like, I'm gonna start looking for all these.
Yeah.
like his eyes are definitely like have these like there's like these bags and they're red, and I'm like, this is hour 18 for me right now, and I'm gonna make it.
Well, there's scenes in the movie where it feels like you and Ethan are just wandering around at 3 a.m. So maybe it adds to the
Yeah,
to the realism.
When you're patrolling looking for, yeah.
I think I did a couple of like energy drinks in between takes. That was a big deal.
And the pizza pillow. Don't forget the pizza pillow.
Pizza pillow. It's in my trunk in my car. I keep it with me.
I'm sure all
But in
those
between
stinky
takes, if
fish
it was
will
like
do
one-
it, too.
If it was like 1 a.m., he would go to his car while me and Brett were setting up, and he just like pop out like a pizza pillow and take a nap.
I keep it in my trunk just in case.
Got some good naps, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I slept on that first day we were filming. I had the floor. I was like, this looks like a good place to nap while they're setting up the cameras. I mean, it was. I mean, I wouldn't take any of it back because I think it was great. I mean, because like I was saying earlier, I would do that work, then I'd go there and I'd film.
Yeah.
Then I would try to drive back home the same after filming, and like I'd be on the road. I'm like, well, I'm gonna pull over because right now I am unsafe and I can't concentrate. And so I would fall asleep in like a gas station for a few hours. Then I'd wake up and I'd go inside and I'd get like they'd have like the chicken and like I'd get like fries.
You fall asleep on.
Exactly. So like driving the extra hour until like 4 a.m, because I would get home at like, and I must have looked really weird walking into those gas stations with like fake blood on my hands. I'm like half tired and I look tired and I've got like hand blood and I'm like, here's my card, and they're like, oh, I don't know.
Like, no, I don't have a body in the trunk of my car.
I mean, it probably didn't look good me asleep in the parking lot with fake blood on me and my shirt. Like, but like I was all right. I made it, and it was. I felt like it was part of the experience. I felt like it was something I actually enjoyed. I can say that I was like, I was tired, so I made the best of it. I slept in the car. At a random place, and then I woke up, and then I got some food, and I made it home, and as soon as I got home, I took a shower, then I fell asleep for most of the day. And but like I said, I would never take any of it back. I think it's been an experience that I'll never forget, and I hope to have many more of those times where I'm in a gas station asleep. And that's what, and I feel that's part of like what makes it fun. I like
the adventure of it.
Yeah, it's like the destination's great, but the adventure getting there is also just as great.